Breaking news tonight, a political and economic earthquake is shaking both Washington and Ottawa. Sources have just confirmed what was once dismissed as rumor, a secret oil deal between Donald Trump and key figures in Alberta's government. And tonight we have the documents, the witnesses, and the timeline that shows exactly how this deal was set up, right under Canada's nose. For months, whispers were spreading something big was brewing between Trump's private business network and Alberta's energy sector. Most media brushed it off as conspiracy talk. But now, after a series of leaked emails, flight records, and one stunning audio clip, the truth can no longer be buried. According to multiple high-level insiders, this isn't just about oil. It's about power, influence, and control over one of North America's richest energy reserves. What if I told you that while the world was focused on Trump's rallies and 2024 politics, he was quietly working on a deal that could reshape Canada's economy forever? Tonight we break down what really happened, who's involved, and why this secret Alberta oil deal has left Canada stunned. And the world asking, how deep does this go? It all started earlier this year. Behind closed doors in Calgary, a meeting took place. No cameras, no official record, and no acknowledgement from the Alberta government. But flight logs obtained by investigative reporters show a private jet registered to Trump's business network landing at Calgary International Airport in late March. The jet stayed just 18 hours before taking off back to New Jersey. At first, no one paid attention, but 2 weeks later, Alberta Energy quietly announced a strategic exploration partnership with a USE-based energy consultancy. The name of that consultancy? North Continental Resources, LLC, a shell company connected to Trump's longtime business associate, known for handling offshore transactions. What makes this even more shocking is the timing. Alberta's premier had just gone public, demanding more provincial control over natural resources, hinting that Ottawa was interfering with Alberta's oil revenue. The same week, Trump gave a fiery speech in Texas declaring that North American energy independence will return, bigger, stronger, and freer from global control. Coincidence? Not quite. Leaked documents suggest that Trump's network promised Alberta a new export route for its crude oil, one that bypasses federal Canadian oversight entirely. The plan involved shipping Alberta crude through a privately owned American corridor, then refining and selling it under a North American Energy Freedom brand. In return, insiders claimed Trump's team would receive preferential stakes in future Alberta oil royalties disguised as consulting fees. For years, Trump has been obsessed with energy dominance, but this deal, if proven true, takes it to a whole new level. Because it directly undermines the Canadian federal government's authority. Ottawa never approved such arrangements, and when the first report surfaced, Ottawa officials called it nonsense. But then came the leak, an internal Alberta memo referencing Project Liberty North. The memo describes it as an economic sovereignty initiative to reclaim Alberta's independence through energy trade partnerships beyond Confederation boundaries. In simple terms, Alberta wanted to act as an independent energy nation, and Trump's network was the key. But the story doesn't stop there. Sources within Alberta's energy ministry have revealed that during those secret talks, Trump's representative allegedly offered to facilitate private American financing. Through Gulf investors who had previously worked with Trump's hotel projects, billions of dollars were discussed. This wasn't just about oil. It was about influence, the kind that could redraw political lines across North America. Imagine this, a post-Trump political comeback powered by foreign cash, hidden under the cover of energy cooperation. And Alberta, frustrated with Ottawa's taxes and carbon policies, saw a golden opportunity. By late summer, quiet transactions began. 3 Alberta-based logistics firms suddenly received massive contracts to prepare infrastructure for new pipeline logistics. None of these contracts were public, but bank filings show they were backed by an American holding company. That company's name appears in Trump Organization's historical partnerships. Now here's where the story takes a darker turn. A whistleblower inside one of those logistics firms came forward last month with audio recordings. In one clip, an American voice can be heard saying, "We'll make sure Alberta gets the deal it deserves, and we'll make sure Ottawa stays out of it." That clip was verified by forensic experts. Tonight, Ottawa officials are in panic mode. Legal teams are already reviewing whether Alberta violated federal trade laws. The Prime Minister's office is demanding a full investigation, but behind the scenes, there's something even more alarming. According to senior intelligence sources, this Project Liberty North could also be linked to data transfers and election influence operations. Documents show that part of the deal included setting up new communication hubs in Alberta, supposedly to facilitate trade and logistics. But cybersecurity experts warn those same hubs could be used for digital influence campaigns. Is it possible that Trump's secret oil deal wasn't just about oil, but also about building an influence network in Canada's West? If true, this would be one of the most audacious geopolitical plays in modern North American history. And here's where things spiral. Once news of the leak spread, American media outlets began investigating. Fox refused to cover it. CNN hesitated, but an independent journalist in Calgary published a 60-page expose filled with financial links, emails, and the shocking claim that one Alberta official had personally met Trump at Mar-a-Lago in February. That meeting, captured on a visitor log, is now verified. The name matches a senior Alberta policy advisor. What were they discussing? According to one insider, energy, sovereignty, and cooperation beyond federal frameworks. In other words, Alberta may have been planning a post-Confederation energy alliance, and Trump was the first to sign on. Canada's national media is calling it the most explosive political scandal in decades. Meanwhile, Alberta's leadership remains silent, refusing to confirm or deny, but their actions speak louder. Since the story broke, Alberta has quietly increased its oil exports to U.S. refineries by 17%. And guess where those shipments are going? Texas and Louisiana, both states with deep Trump ties. What's even stranger? New permits for these shipments list private corporate partnerships rather than federal trade routes. This is unprecedented in Canadian energy history. Political analysts are calling this the first step toward economic separation, a move that could fracture Canada's unity from within. And Trump? He hasn't said a word publicly, but his latest Truth Social post reads, "America first, energy first, freedom first. We're bringing it all back." That's not just a slogan, it's a signal. Behind the curtains, it appears that Trump's post-presidential strategy is unfolding, building alliances, resources, and influence networks across North America. The Alberta deal might just be the cornerstone of something much larger, a shadow alliance for the next energy order. Now, the big question, what happens next? If Ottawa intervenes legally, it could trigger a constitutional showdown. Alberta may claim provincial sovereignty over natural resources, using it as justification to defy federal law. Trump's allies could fund the legal battle, framing it as a fight for freedom from globalist control. And if Alberta wins or even delays enforcement, it would set a precedent that could shake the entire federation. This is why tonight, insiders in both capitals are calling this situation a ticking political time bomb. Even within Alberta, opinions are divided. Some see it as betrayal, a secret deal with a foreign political figure. Others see it as liberation, a bold move to take control of Alberta's future. But here's the thing. History shows that when oil, power, and politics collide, the outcome is never small. Tonight, Canada faces a crossroads. Is this just another scandal that will fade in the news cycle, or the beginning of a continental shift orchestrated quietly by one of the world's most unpredictable figures? Trump has always played the long game. He understands leverage, chaos, and timing better than most politicians. And if this Alberta oil deal really exists, it means he's already rebuilding his power base, not in Washington, but right across the northern border. Some say it's genius, others say it's dangerous. But one thing is certain, Canada has never faced a story like this before. In the coming weeks, we'll find out if this was just a secret business arrangement or the foundation of a geopolitical alliance that could redefine the future of North America. And as the investigations intensify, as the documents continue to leak, and as the political pressure mounts, one question will echo through every corridor of power. Who really controls Alberta's oil? And how far will they go to keep it that way? Because tonight, the world just found out that the truth was buried beneath the oil fields, and now it's rising to the surface. This is not just about Trump, not just about Alberta. It's about the hidden network shaping our world, one secret deal at a time. This is breaking news, and the story is far from over.